just like Joe Biden encouraged us to do last night in his campaign speech.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, they called it a State of the Union, but it was just a campaign speech. At the very end, he was like, "And what? By the way, the State of the Union is strong. The State of the Union is strong because the people are strong. And then, strong. And everyone's like, yeah, we're strong.
And we're gonna end cancer."
Do you see that joke where
you gotta watch it?
At the end, he says, "Go get him," and everyone's like, "What? Like, what does that mean?"
Yeah, who?
Who's that? And then
he's inciting an insurrection.
Someone.
That's what during the standing ovation, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then someone I think from the Daily Wire said that was just the part that of the prompter that Biden wasn't supposed to read. It was instructions to his handlers. Go get him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We were debating if he said when he was saying the Ukrainian people. At one point, he said the Uranian people, and people like
he said Iranian.
The closest real word to the sound he made is Iranian, but it sounded like Uranian. So I was making fun of him like he was talking about Uranus.
I think Uranus.
That's how I say it.
Yeah. He said Iranian.
Russia will never get the hearts and minds of the Iranian people.
The Iranian people.
Yeah. No matter how many tanks they have outside Kiev.
But here's the important.
Oh yeah, I want to talk back about him splitting the country.
Why do we believe he meant to say Ukrainian? Who is the person who gets to decide what Joe Biden really meant? If Joe Biden, so he was meeting with the G7 and he said, we got troops in Libya. We're going to be sending military. He meant Syria. What would happen? What would happen if Joe Biden's in a situation room meeting and he's like, we got to send these weapons to the Iranian people, and then someone was like, are you, Mr. President, are you sure? Yeah, we're gonna send $30 billion, some fighter jets to the Iranian people, and they'll go, whatever you say, sir, I'll make it happen. And then breaking news: Iran receives massive payload of cash from the U.S. government.
Dude, it's not even a joke.
But hold on. Imagine the alternative. Joe Biden says, we're going to send a pallet of cash to the Ukrainian people. And someone goes, he meant Iranian people.
And then they decide for themselves.
Exactly.
When it's hitting the fan and it's wartime, make a decision now. And he says the wrong word. That's death.
But that's why it's so dangerous to have a president that effectively is mentally impaired.
No, and he actually, we were talking about this.
That's the most polite way I've ever heard someone
describe it. It's a very
describe
polite way of putting it. And we were sort of joking about this the other day. We were watching his State of the Union, poking fun at him. It is actually genuinely sad. The fact that we were all talking about this after the show. This is probably the best speech he's given in his entire presidency, and he's slurring every single word. He sounds intoxicated.
Yeah.
And that's as good as it gets.
I mean, I remember
when
Trump would give speeches and make such mistakes, there would be viral videos.
Exactly. And they were never even close to as bad as Biden's mistakes. Like Biden's best, and I'm not saying Trump didn't have some gaffes, but like Biden's best day is what we saw yesterday. And he sounded drunk. He really did. I'm not trying to be mean. And if anyone's going to come at me and say that that's really insensitive to say about the president of the United States, you are acknowledging that he did sound like that.